Michael JABBARA. Welcome to the Valder Beebe Show. How are you?
I am well. Thank you for having me.
Well, Michael, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and you are an expert as the global head of fraud services for Visa. So you're perfect for talking to us. I've got some questions for you, and at the end, I've got some questions from social media. But let's get started. Why should consumers stay on alert this holiday season?
Well, the holiday season is essentially the fraudster Super Bowl, given the amount of spending that occurs during this time. So all of the schemes and all of the methods that they have been experimenting with over the last few months, they're going to be deployed at scale, knowing the amount of shopping that consumers are going to be doing. So during this period, it's especially important for consumers to think about where are they shopping and who are they sharing their sensitive information with, so they can keep themselves safe.
What are some of the important trends in the threat landscape that you can share with us?
One of the key things that we're looking at is the emergence of new AI capabilities, specifically as it relates to generative AI. So think about things like ChatGPT, but being used by fraudsters to come up with much more convincing social engineering and phishing emails that are more successful in soliciting payment data and other sensitive information than anything else that we have seen before.
What do you have out there that's helping consumers and businesses?
Well, absolutely. The payment security is a core tenet of everything that we do at Visa, which was one of the reasons why we've invested over $10 billion in our AI and cybersecurity capabilities over the last 5 years alone. And those investments are yielding tangible benefits for consumers and businesses in the sense that over the past 6 months, we've prevented over $30 billion in attempted fraud before it impacted any of them.
Does it make a difference whether the consumer is online or at a traditional brick and mortar retail to have fraud perpetrated upon them?
So what we've seen from our data is that the online channel is disproportionately targeted by fraudsters. We see about 60% of total cybercrime occur in that channel, and that ranges from data being compromised to ransomware attacks to schemes related to kind of spoofed websites where you're thinking that you're shopping at a legitimate merchant, but really what you're doing is just handing over your payment data over to a fraudster to monetize elsewhere. So it takes a special amount of consideration to think about where you're shopping online, making sure that it's a legitimate merchant, it has a history of pre-existing sales, it has legitimate reviews, and making sure that you're using your Visa card, which gives you that zero liability protection in case it is a fraudulent merchant.
Michael, what else is being done to stop cybercrime? Because this is pretty scary.
So absolutely, we know that fighting cybercrime is a team sport, and one of the things that we focus on is not only mitigating the crime, but also disrupting crime at its core, and dismantling that criminal infrastructure, which is why we partner really closely with the intelligence community and law enforcement to make sure that these fraudsters are brought to justice. One of the examples I can give is this recent partnership that we had with the U.S. Secret Service, where we were able to shut down a cybercrime platform called StrataCheck, where cybercriminals go to purchase illicit tools for their craft or to sell compromised data. And we also work really closely with policymakers and elected officials to educate them on the increasing complexity of the cybercrime landscape, as we're doing right now in our DC office through this event called the Visa Payments Loft, so that we can continue to collaborate and fight crime at the core.
This comes from the Instagram platform, and the poster wants to know when working on their desktop, when they get a serious type email, how can they determine that it's from someone who's trying to perpetrate a scam?
So my one piece of advice when it comes to validating information that you're receiving electronically, whether it's email or text, is to do what I call an out-of-band validation. So if you get an email from your bank saying that they need you to validate your social security number so that you can maintain access to your account, don't click on that email and do not respond to it. What you should do is log into your account, log into your mobile app, and see if you've actually received that communication from your bank or not. So don't trust the information, don't follow it blindly, do your own validation.
Great advice. Any other advice? Because like you said, the holidays are fast approaching, and it's like on for the consumer to shop and on for the people to perpetrate crimes on us.
No, absolutely. So when you're thinking about where you're shopping, especially online, again, validate the merchant. When you're looking at the URL, make sure that it starts with HTTPS. That S is significant because it denotes that this is a secure connection. Making sure that you've turned on two-factor authentication on all of your key accounts, meaning that if you're going to be logging in, it'll also send you a text to your mobile device, for instance, before access is provided, making it that much harder for fraudsters to hack you. And in worst case scenarios where you believe that you've been a victim of fraud, making sure that you report that to the authorities and also notify your bank, your financial accounts, and then dispute the charge so that you're protected against these types of attacks.
Michael, is there any information online to help educate us further?
Absolutely. You can get more information on our blog at visa.com.
Michael, thank you so very much for this information and these warnings, and hopefully we take them very seriously. Thanks for being my guest on the Valder Beebe Show.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Valder Beebe, host of the Valder Beebe Show. We have over 1,000 videos on ValderBeebeShow.com and YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow. We upload new videos daily. Our site is a modern baby boomer platform with news and information important to boomers. Subscribe to YouTube.com/ValderBeebeShow and stay connected as I interview the world's most fascinating people.